The Tempest, shrouded in the thematic elements of power and colonialism, serves as the final piece in Shakespeare's folio. Throughout the play, we are slowly exposed to the broader complexities of authority and the consequences of colonization. In this final act of Shakespeare's genius, as we navigate the stormy seas of illusion and reality within the Tempest, we embark on a trip that not solely unveils the complexities of human nature, but additionally solidifies Shakespeare's legacy as a storyteller, whose last work paints a canvas of profound themes. In Act 1 of The Tempest, a compelling thematic exploration emerges as Shakespeare dives into power, displaying the fact that the abuse of authority doesn't hurt relationships, but additionally displays the vulnerabilities of human connections. For I am all the subjects that you have, which first was mine own king, and here you stye me in this hard rock, whiles you do keep me from the rest of the island. As Prospero recounts his unjust expulsion from Milan by his very own brother Antonio, this theme is not limited to Prospero's situation. It connects directly with universal truths about the corrupting nature of power and its potential impact on relationships. The abuse of power can lead to betrayal, as seen in Antonio's actions, and creates a power dynamic that shapes the characters' lives and choices throughout the play. The Tempest finds itself close to the assassination of Julius Caesar. Much like Prospero's unjust expulsion from Milan, Julius Caesar, a Roman leader, confronted betrayal and assassination from his own very allies. The conspirators, utilizing a want for strength and influence, manipulated their positions to orchestrate Caesar's downfall. This historic parallel emphasizes the relevance of the Tempest's exploration of power dynamics. Act 2 of The Tempest explores manipulative undertones amongst the characters, displaying a depiction of how humans grapple with authority and the impending manipulation. In the Commonwealth, I would by contraries execute all things. For no kind of traffic would I admit, no name a magistrate. Letters should not be known, riches, poverty, and use of service, none. Contract, succession, born, bound of land, tilth, vineyard, none. No use of metal, corn, or wine, or oil, no occupation, all men idle, all and women too, but innocent and pure, no sovereignty. In the second act, Gonzalo's utopian vision reflects the theme of power struggles. While Gonzalo's intentions may seem good, the underlying power dynamics and the manipulation of authority become evident. Antonio challenges Gonzalo's ideal vision of a perfect society while subtly asserting his own power. Yet he would be king aught. So we may wonder how much external manipulation can touch natural evil, which we soon discover also continues in Antonio and Sebastian. While Gonzalo envisions an ideal world, Antonio is quick to point out the flaws and sees an opportunity to assert his own authority. These lines highlight Antonio's cynical view of Gonzalo's ideal society, implying that even in a perfectly equal and harmonious commonwealth, the desire for rulership would eventually disrupt this fantasy of Gonzalo's. Similarly, the gunpowder plot of 1605, consisting of the infamous Guy Fawkes and his team plotting to assassinate King James I and blow up the House of Parliament, relates to these themes of political manipulation. In each case, we can observe how individuals manipulate political structures for their own benefit, thereby reflecting the timeless nature of this theme. In the third act of The Tempest, Caliban's soliloquy on the enchanting sounds of the island reflects the theme of colonization, portraying the events between colonizers and the indigenous inhabitants and the disruption of peace through Caliban's cries. Be not afeard, the isle is full of noises, sounds and sweet airs that give delight and hurt not. Sometimes 1,000 twangling instruments will hum about mine ears, and sometimes voices that, if I then had waked after a long sleep, will make me sleep again, and then, in dreaming, the clouds methought would open and show riches ready to drop upon me, that when I waked I cried to dream again. This passage highlights Caliban's connection to the island. At the same time, it emphasizes his vulnerability and how he sees Prospero as a colonizer who has disrupted the island's peace. Similarly, for post-colonial and neo-historicist critics, Caliban variously symbolizes the experience of colonized subjects. Caliban's experience reflects the broader theme of colonization. The arrival of Prospero, paralleling European colonizers, represents the forceful imposition of a new order. With different values, systems, and power dynamics, the quote from Caliban's soliloquy can be likened to the experience of indigenous peoples who witnessed the transformation of their lands and the intrusion of foreign cultures. In the fourth act of The Tempest, Shakespeare concludes the theme of illusion versus reality by highlighting that plays and performances are temporary and not real life, but the feelings and emotions they evoke are very real. Our revels now are ended. These are our actors. As I foretold you, we're all spirits and are melted into air, into thin air, and like the baseless fabric of this vision, the cloud-capped towers, the gorgeous palaces, the solemn temples, the great globe itself, all which it inherent, shall dissolve and, like this insubstantial pageant faded, leave not a rack behind. We are such stuff as dreams are made on, and our little life is rounded with a sleep. Prospero's speech marks a pivotal moment in the play's exploration of illusion versus reality. The context is set within the masque he orchestrates for Ferdinand and Miranda. As the masque concludes, Prospero reflects on the temporary illusion, where the actors are compared to the spirits that disappear in a moment. This comparison is used to show how the grand illusions of the play, represented by the cloud-capped towers and the gorgeous palaces, are fleeting and short-lived, much like the enchantments of life. Prospero's imagery of dissolving actors and fading visions mirrors the inevitability of change in real life. People, relationships, and circumstances evolve, emphasizing the impermanence inherent in our journey. The theme of freedom in Act 5 of The Tempest is portrayed through the liberation of characters from physical and metaphorical constraints, emphasizing the transformative power of the theme. Calm seas, auspicious gales, and sail so expeditious that shall catch your royal fleet far off. This quote reflects the theme of freedom as Prospero assures Ariel of his eventual liberation. If The Tempest was not really his last play, it would seem that it ought to have been. The action now and then lags a bit and gives the people on the stage or in the audience a chance to ponder. Tying it to the epilogue, Prospero's plea for release from the audience mirrors his own longing to break free. The quote encapsulates the ideas of characters seeking freedom and resonates with the broader theme carried through to the play's conclusion. In real life, the act of forgiving others can be a powerful means of personal growth and emotional freedom, just as Prospero forgives those who wronged him. Individuals might find that letting go of resentment and forgiving past grievances can free them from emotional burdens. The themes explored in The Tempest have stood the test of time and are still relevant to modern society. The play's commentary on unchecked authority, power, manipulation, and colonization is a timeless reminder of the consequences of these issues on human relationships. Furthermore, as society continues to grapple with the legacy of historical imperialism, the theme of colonization remains a pertinent issue. The Tempest is a reminder of the need for balance and accountability in human relationships, both past and present.